And I don't see Citiguard. Our Citiguard's job is to stalk and hunt. Okay, to try to get reactions and with all these people and the HOA. That's Citiguard's role here, is to keep provoking and then report. Okay, so look what he did. Okay, right? Okay, so okay. Alright. Alright. Okay, so you can see how exhausting this is. Okay, every minute. This is just 23 years now. And we're seeing Citiguard arrives after I leave, so that's sort of important. Hey!
Hello, how are you?
Good, you?
I didn't see you for some weeks.
I've been here, everywhere, but see, I even have nappy bed head, but yeah, I've been here, but
You are selling the unit?
am I selling it? No,
No, are you selling the unit? I said,
yeah, why do you ask?
I didn't see you.
Oh no, I don't know. I mean, I've been here, but I've sort of been cruising around the beach, with friends in Santa Monica. Yeah, but I did notice something here, and HOA hasn't gone back to me here. So I noticed that okay, the water shutoffs have been removed to my place, which I can't shut the water off if something goes wrong there, which is a real estate construction violation here. So, anyways, it's not your problem. I guess I'll just notify the real estate and the civil lawyers, or you can tell them, they can fix the shit they're intentionally trying to run me out of here with, and their hate for us Jews, but,
Okay.
so, but, you see my cat? You've been notified, so, like usual, with the mental illness tactics, and the Jew hate issues, oh, but one of the things they're trying to say actually is that this was interesting. They said, I'm friends with you and I'm working with you to intimidate the people here. I know that's not true, but you might want to be notified that that's sort of being, the next lies being created about me by the HOA.
I'm not friend of any.
I know, but
I'm security company.
But
do my job.
I'm just saying, because they're not only mentioning me, they're mentioning you, but whatever. I'm supposedly friends and harassing the people here. So just, I'll put you on alert, because how do you say it when the shit comes down from the top, it comes down on everyone below. Okay, so they're mentioning you too. But
What unit do you need?
18 right there. That's my cat.
18.
18.
Okay.
Yeah. And you know who that is?
I don't know.
That's Debbie Wollman, court reporter, room 101. Nobody's ever lived in there. It's been empty for 26 years.
Okay, see you.
Okay. But why did you say, am I selling the place?
I didn't say.
I thought that's what you said.
No, I didn't say. I said, do you leave?
No, before, when you were standing here, you said you hadn't seen me, am I selling the place or something?
No, I didn't ask.
Oh, okay. All right, have a good night. Okay, girl. Okay, that was interesting. So he comes out, he sees me. He comes back, I haven't seen you in a while. Are you selling the place? And you just heard him say that he doesn't talk to anyone. Am I selling the place? Okay, so, wait, well, where's he getting that information? He doesn't talk to anyone. But am I selling the place? You didn't really want to talk after I started pointing out okay, and then I mentioned to him that they're saying I'm friends with him and harassing. Oh, the neighbors' lives are in danger. Okay, that's what. Okay, so the neighbors' lives are in danger and harassing them. They're afraid to show up in court. Now, I want to note that his dialogue is that he's not friends with anyone. However, the first thing he asked was like a threat, almost like a threat, right? Like, are you selling the place? You better sell the place and you better get the fuck out of here, right? Okay, so now when I asked him again, he said I didn't say that. Okay, so let's go back in, kitties. Okay, so he didn't want to acknowledge that. He didn't want to acknowledge that he's friends with anyone. He doesn't want to. Okay, so are you selling the place? Now this is interesting. I'm gonna sort of, as I go in here, point something out. You haven't been here a while. Well, you know, I've been here every night minus maybe 3 or 4 nights, but that's irrelevant. Are you selling the place? So he's sort of keeping tabs on me, and then this is interesting. Can't really sell the place until I have another place to live in. Okay. So now that's pretty much very kind of friendly, thready. Now this came a week ago or 2. I haven't really read it. It's prepackaged. $665,000, and it sort of says, want you consider selling call this number. Okay, so you can't sell the place until you have another place to live in, correct? See, Anthony. Okay, whatever. So now I'm going to scan this, and I'm going to link this with his statement, Citiguard. So there, you just everything just got summed up based on what I was saying. Okay, so I also want to note here that I think what they're trying to do here is, remember that nobody's lived here in Debbie Wollman's property here for 26 years. So quite possibly they're trying to set me up for breaking and entering. Hey, well, whose fucking property is this over here, right? Because nobody's ever lived in it. Why is Debbie Wollman, why is Going Vertical incorporated on it? But you know what? I don't have a deed for that house, right? So I'm going to go in, I'm going to break in and see who, maybe it's mine, right? Just, hey, well, we're going to arrest him for breaking and entering or something. Okay, so something like that, right? Okay, so So are you selling the house? And he said, where do you live? And are you selling that? Okay, so like, oh, you weren't here. And what is this guy talking about? Okay, so I don't talk to anyone. Well, you're getting information from someone. Okay, right? So. Okay, so what did you just see? Okay, you saw Citiguard noticing I'm coming home, wanting to come down in the garage, and asking me if I'm moving or have moved. Now that's pretty strange out of context statement. So, but what you need to understand here is that Citiguard was hired about 5 years ago after the illegal arrests in 2017 with reverse charges. So if I call the cops, they reverse the charges. They arrest me for calling the cops, working with ORY groups and community members to try to set me up and frame me and lock me away. For reasons I'm completely confused about, other than random vague statements like "you know what you did" and "my Huntley world of paranoia, have a good life now" in 2001. Originally, Jason Perlman's friend paid off to have me killed or eradicated. Okay, we are using the system against you, or we are using the judicial system or the judicial system against you. And ironically, where things don't make sense is at every single place I've lived or been, not just moved into, like first apartment, Boulder, Colorado, Arapahoe, 2020, Eric Feely and Matt, you're not allowed here anywhere else in the world, Southern Oregon State College, Kelly Hatch, Eric Christensen, Sherry Christensen, many others, you're not allowed here anywhere else in the world. But not just places I've lived, but public places I go. So whether it be a coffee shop or a restaurant or a pool hall, or you're not allowed there either. Okay, so no matter where I am worldwide, I'm not allowed there since 5 years old. But what's it about? Well, Kevin, you're brilliant. It's about mental illness. Yeah, creating mental illness to try to make someone look crazy to lock them away. Okay, so there's something new I thought about just going to court 5/22/2024, noticing the water pressure not working, or too much pressure blowing out my toilet shutoff valve. So there's too much water pressure blowing out my toilet water valve, and that was, I noticed the dripping as I'm leaving the court. So I want you to think about that. If the judge were to increase bail or something, or there was someone in the judicial system doing something illegal to lock me away, I wouldn't be around to pull these two levers here, which ironically this car has been here forever. The girl in the red Civic did intentionally rammed the back of my truck. She's on video doing it. So she intentionally rammed my truck. Now I would have to pull these two levers here. Okay, so this water shutoff here and this water shutoff. Now the thing I noticed 5:23 or 5:22 that night is that, see this valve, this lever is ripped off. Okay, now levers don't rip off like that. The HOA fees obviously pay for maintenance to make sure our plumbing here, which is a clearly obvious plumbing nightmare. Now the question I'm going to pose is, if the HOA screwed up this entire subterranean plumbing, okay, how much would it cost to fix? Could the HOA afford to fix it, okay? Now, there would be special assessment fees, but everyone here would have to pay huge amounts of money to fix. Okay, that car is really noisy. So the HOA would have to pay huge amounts of money, and there would be special assessment fees, and everyone here would have to pay huge amounts of money to fix this plumbing nightmare. Okay, now if this is done all wrong, and I can tell you that around 2017 we had water. I thought this whole place was going to cave in. We had water dripping from the floor, like through the concrete here on different places. Okay, not through the pipes, but through the concrete. Okay, now the foundation would collapse. The foundation would collapse the entire place, correct? The foundation would collapse and it would kill people, correct? A huge safety hazard. But let's say the HOA can't afford to fix this to keep us safe, okay? So they want to pin it on someone, okay? They do it wrong, they want to pin it on someone, right? Okay? Because everyone here is going to have to pay huge amounts of money to fix this subterranean garage, correct? Okay, so now let's go back to the topic here. So I come here and I notice, well, I can't shut off my hot water here. I can't shut off my hot water. The lever's gone, okay? The lever, I notice, is resting in this corner and there's some cobwebs over it, right? So here is there's some cobwebs, it's still dirty. Okay, and I also noticed the little labels here, hot water, cold water, 17 and 18. They tucked away in the corner here. They like hid it in the corner, okay, so you couldn't see it. So I'm going to show you here as we cruise over to this place over here. By the way, Unit 17 here adjoining my wall is court reporter Debbie Wollman, room 101, Van Nuys Court House, linking to Jay Pilchick in Florida. Jay Pilchick, court reporter, or formerly was a court reporter in the Florida courthouse. You do the math. Jason Perlman's death threats at 16. Me and my friends have a bug in your room and we're listening to everything you do on the radio. Adjoining walls, probably audio surveillance or Wi-Fi hacking tools, or you name it. Okay, or splitting the Time Warner cable modem, Spectrum, Time Warner cable modem into this place to do hacking, privacy violations, which they've been doing since 1994. So that's like 30 years of highly illegal cyber crimes against me to try to put things on my computer, take things off my computer, try to figure out how to set me up, frame me, you name it, okay. Daily, since 94, that's the cyber crime aspect. This is all the way down to 5 years old. Okay, so magically, this new tenant who's moved in recently, we have brand new valves, brand new welded valves, and here's our signage. Our signage that on my unit, they are hiding. Okay, on my unit, they're hiding. So they took these and they tucked them all the way in the corner so you can see them as if there's no shutoff valve here. Okay, so 5:22 that night or that morning, 5:23 in the morning, whatever, I say I got my whole bathroom is flooded, okay? It's a slow leak that blew out my shutoff valve on my toilet. It's a slow leak. Now but my whole floor was wet. Okay, my whole bathroom floor was flooded. Okay, so now the point I'm making here is we have no shutoff valve. We have no ability to shut the water off. So if there's an emergency in my place, magically, I want you to note the timing. I go to court, they're trying to increase bail to throw me in jail. Why? Well, if they throw me in jail and flood my house and destroy my house, it's some kind of frame job that's been going on changing for 47 years daily from person to person, place to place.
thing to thing. However, if they throw me in jail, I can't get out of my house. I can't get out of jail to fix the leak. Okay, so it destroys my house. Correct? Now, it's interesting that Jason and friends on Chase Street, chase or be chased tactic of theirs, popped a waterbed flooding a house in 1988 or something, and somehow, how does that apply to me? Like Jason Perlman's road rage things? It shouldn't. I'm not Jason, I'm Kevin. Okay, now let's get back to point here. I can't shut off my water. The only way I could shut off the water is find the main water source and shut off everyone's in the entire place. Okay? But you're not going to know that, and you're not going to know what's going on. You're going to be on the phone with plumbers, and can someone come out here? No, you're the guy we're hunting to try to lock away or kill or whatever, and we're not going to come out. And meanwhile, your house is flooding, okay? Because why? Because the HOA has removed the water shutoffs, Unit 17 and Unit 18. The HOA has removed the water. Okay, so let's talk about in this subterranean nightmare here. The first question is, how much will it cost to redo all this plumbing right? Okay, you know, what would it cost to do it so that if they're reported to the proper construction safety, whatever, I don't know, I'm not a construction worker, if they're reported to whoever makes sure this is done right, there's a huge lawsuit going on from tenant safety, correct? All of our lives are probably in danger from the things I have photos and videos of water just dripping off. And not just here, okay, over there, over there. Okay, so water leaking through the foundation, through the concrete, okay, not the pipes, the concrete, meaning that, now why does the HOA want to flood my house and throw me in jail, or vice versa? Because think of what it will take. Think of the money that they have to invest to do this right so that our lives are safe, okay? To redo the piping, the plumbing, to do this right, which would be a huge fucking lawsuit. And the HOA, there's no way in hell the HOA could afford that. And everyone's special assessment fees would go through the roof, right? And they probably can't afford the special assessment fees, right? So they got to pin it on someone and then try to lock me in jail and fabricate lies, set me up, frame me, lock me in jail, fabricate lies, and then probably try to sue me because we have lawsuit letters maybe 4 years ago from the HOA who keeps sending me letters like, you know, you changed your light bulb, you owe us money, and things like that, okay? So slumlord thugging, and this also links to the 5 years of Citiguard linked with worldwide security companies stalking me, trying to set me up at every public place worldwide. So let's think about what's really going on here, why it's important that they need to throw me in jail for no reason and then flood my house and destroy my house. What is the reason? And we have every place I've ever lived, especially here, you're not allowed here, you need to move. And I'm also talking every public place like restaurants, coffee shops, restaurants, pool halls, colleges, you're not allowed here, you need to move. Okay, so there's this obsession with move and movies, and Jason Perlman and friends told me to show me horror movies and try to make it look like I conform to media and all sorts of changing things. But let's stick to the HOA here because that's what's currently going on these linked conspiring events, is that what are they trying to cover up that they're trying to pin these things, set me up, frame me, and pin these things on me. And usually these things come down to money. And if they're running around for 47 or 52 years saying Kevin's the crazy guy, he needs to die, wouldn't it be convenient? If this is, let's say this is a $5 million job. I don't know what it costs to, let's say this is a $500,000 job. Okay. And these people here, these people who all are trying to sort of set me up and frame me and make me look crazy and have been for 26 years since moving in, me finding out 23 years ago, world of paranoia, Mike Huntley, you're a dead man, I've given you enough rope to hang yourself with, we're using the system against you, the judicial system, you name it, whatever. Okay, but let's stick to topic here. Okay, do you think that if example, these people over here get special assessment fees for $1,000 a month, that they could afford it in this shithole, right? In this slumlord shithole, okay, right? Okay, so do you think that that guy over there can pay $1,000 extra a month, or on top of his HOA fees, or that guy there, or that girl there, or that person there? Do you think that they can afford $1,000 or $2,000 special assessment fees to fix this plumbing nightmare and do it correctly so that our lives aren't in danger of this foundation collapsing? Okay, because like I said, I have video footage, I have photos and video footage of water coming through the concrete. Okay, do you think, and I'm not just talking my place, I'm talking the entire fucking place, okay, over there, do you think that in this safety nightmare that these people can afford, let's just say $2,000 a month on top of their $675 HOA fees? So guess what? Who are they going to pin it on? The guy that's always been stalked and hunted? Let's throw him in jail. Let's say this is his fault. Let's say he's doing this. We want to sue Kevin because he's a public nuisance, or whatever lie they're working on per day. It's a cover-up, okay? Because if these people are reported to the proper agencies, they'll probably fucking condemn the place, or the HOA will be in the hole for fucking like $5 million to fix this whole fucking thing, right? Okay, so what is HOA organizers of Woodland Oaks trying to cover up, that they're hunting and stalking me and paying off at least 5 years with Citiguard alone stalking and trying to set me up with all these neighbors and things like that? What is it on a non-specific this person and that person? What is the HOA trying to cover up? Okay, so more importantly, the HOA is endangering my life and my place by removing the shutoff valves. And it's interesting, on our pairs of twos tactic, we have this gray Civic I never really see move much, and then we have the red Civic that's been sitting here for like years without moving, and it's the girl, it's a young daughter that was told to ram, and she's on video. She's pretending like she can't drive, and she's ramming my truck, okay? So what is it they're trying to cover? What is the HOA trying to cover up, that they're hunting and stalking and trying to lock me away for no reason? With lies, I'm a public nuisance. And pin on me, right? Trying to use me as a patsy or a scapegoat or whatever to cover up the shit they're doing, okay? Their illegal plumbing jobs or whatever. And I have a lot more to that plumbing things over the years, but my brain has been focused on the extremely aggressive mental batterings every day, which really get bad after 2017, but they've always been really bad. Okay, so, but they get even worse and they get really bad after putting up my website around 2011, because I have a voice that, look, these people will not stop stalking me or leave me alone. Okay, so what is it we're coming down to on these recent events are cover-ups with the police. Remember that there are people here. There's a block captain here, supposedly named Fran, according to Detective Brittany Gutierrez. And there's also the people trying to lock me away who are extremely aggressive, or friends with people in LAPD here, and they're trying to cover all sorts of things up. But let's stick with the plumbing here, because why did they increase the plumbing pressure? Remember that they bypassed my shutoff valves, meaning that there's a higher level of pressure coming from the main piping, okay? So the piping's like this big, not the smaller piping. So what does that mean is that if they want to increase the pressure at the main piping, rerouting my plumbing, they can pop the seals in the valves, okay? And that's what we're seeing. 522 is they increase the pressure, and all of a sudden we start seeing the leaks where they're trying to increase bail and lock me away for no reason, making up lies to increase bail. Okay, so what is HOA organizers trying to cover up while they're trying to bury me and use me as a scapegoat or a patsy or whatever, like I've seen my entire life from almost every human entity befriending me since 5 years old, okay? So let's sort of stick with that here, because these are linked and related events, and the fact that the entire complex is stalking and hunting me for no reason with worldwide groups, everything's interconnected from place to place, and then saying Kevin's making us do it, and my breathing is making people hunt me to kill me, okay, or eradicate me, or lock me in jail. My breathing is not spawning hate. Hate spawns by itself. Hate spawns by people with insecurity and fear and issues that can't accept others. That's what hate. So those death threats to me, example, no relaxing for you nigger, is spawned from black people who are insecure about Jewish people, okay? That's not, because I'm Jewish, I'm not making the black community hunt me to kill me for kissing a black girl at 8 years old. The bigot and racism in them, they're doing it themselves. I'm not part of their hate. They're lashing out on anger on me. Okay, so but once again, I want to stick to the plumbing here. HOAorganizers.com will not respond to me for fixing things or anything else. They're working with the entire complex and worldwide groups and people who are police officers that are their friend. And there's some guy named Steve who's on video. I played the older video, threatening my life and spitting on me and trying to say that by you passing out cards you're trying to hurt people. By saying you've been lied to, I'm hurting people. There's a plan of people trying to execute me, kill me, mentally bash my skull in minute by minute, and by handing a piece of paper to someone with a website saying, look, read here, you've been lied to, that's hurting people. I don't get it. So people are allowed to bash your skull in or bash your skull in with lead pipes or whatever, and if you have something to say about it, you're hurting people. Okay, so anyways, this is a cover-up after cover-up. I also want to note that in 2017, there was some guy who said he was a plumber that was doing illegal things when they threw me in jail with those false charges, reversing the charges on me every time I called the police. So I want you to also think about those linked events. That the hint from the guy in jail was, listen, you know, your HOA is doing illegal things with the plumbing, and they're coming after you, okay, to pin what they're doing on you. Okay, so anyways, that being said, whatever. Okay, so I find out this is going on around 2001, Mike Huntley's death threats, trying to cover up all of my brother's road rage shit and all the shit he did as a kid. Obviously, Jennifer Pilchick-Perlman wants to run for office, so she can't have all that baggage of what Jason and friends did. But she's a psychotic murderer too, right? So she doesn't care about right or wrong. So they got to bury Kevin for the information in his brain. Okay, but let's stick on topic here. I'm going to try to make this fast. They got a lot of things to do, and I'm fairly grunge. I just want to know, this is sort of a side joke, but this is us honest, decent, educated people. This is what we drink, okay? I'm just joking around, but really there is sort of a facet to social class. Generally the types of people that are interested in making money and supporting capitalism and doing cool things with their lives and providing jobs for the way their demeanor is a lot different from someone that walks around packing and saying, I take what I want and you do what I tell you. Okay, so that's sort of the joke here. The social class joke here is there's partial truth to that joke. Okay, so just like stereotypes, right? Okay, so this is interesting. So a week ago, I get this letter. Okay, so now it says, I don't know if you can see that at all. I have it scanned, but I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so this is off Zillow. And it says, would you consider selling your... It's not very pronounced very well. Would you consider selling for 10% more than this? Okay, so there's a picture here from Zillow, and the Woodland Oaks complex, and it says, would you be considered selling for 10% more than this? If so, text me 818-276-5310. Call Anthony. It was like a complete scam, doesn't it? And $665,000, 10% more. Well, we don't have property appraisals here, and we don't have property appraisers, and we don't have. It's just a random Zillow printout with a post-it on it that says, you know, hey, do you want to sell your place here, Kevin, for 10% more than $665,000? And ironically, what you just saw on video is Citiguard knowing what's in my mailbox. And this is a common thing with people that are still trying to lock me away. Not only the computer privacy violations, but actual postal mail violations. And so now you're going to say, what is Citiguard's role here as a security company? What is Citiguard doing that they shouldn't be doing, that they are hired to do? After me getting out of jail, finding out that 2020 Jennifer Pilchek Perlman was running against Debbie Wollman Schultz and needs to lock me away with the information in my brain, but it's a lot more complex than that because these are actually operations to kill and wipe off the map. Okay, Mike Huntley paid off to have me killed starting at the age 14. Okay, so when Mohammed there, who is Iranian, and several people who are currently trying to lock me in jail here playing victim are Iranian. Mohammed from Citiguard is Iranian. I think Mansour from Citiguard is Iranian. I had tons of video footage and photos of them stalking with mass car groups. Okay, trying to make me look like a violent paranoid schizo. The verbal harassments from Citiguard for 5 years. The threats, the provokings, the verbal harassments. That you don't leave your house. Okay, you're not allowed to leave your house. And you're not allowed to sit on your porch. Okay, from Citiguard and worldwide groups. And so what did you just see? You just saw Mohammed run up. And I have to look at the videos from last night and the night before. Did you sell your house, or are you moving, or something like that? Well, that's one of the 100 millionth interesting coincidences here in the Mike Huntley world of paranoia. Hey, this letter comes in the mail, which looks like a scam to begin with. And then Citiguard, did you sell your house? Are you moving, or did you sell your house, or something? Okay, connected events. Are they just to make someone look like a violent paranoid schizo to lock them away? Or are they literally death threats? Well, let's go deeper. Let me just make sure I'm still recording here. Okay. So now just remember that Citiguard is here for one purpose, to try to eradicate me or lock me away. And we have bulletin boards that says, if there's an issue, call Citiguard Security. They are here to help the people in the Woodland Oaks complex. However, that doesn't apply to Kevin Perlman, just like if I call the HOA right now about these water leaks or about the rerouted shutoff valves, they won't get back to me. See, and that's a problem. So, okay, so let's go through this, because the HOA has literally been hunting and stalking me since I moved in for 26 years, and I didn't even know it till 23 years ago, but I didn't know in World of Paranoia, worldwide groups hunting me to eradicate, kill, lock me away, make me look crazy, in worldwide conspiracies of all these events connected, which shouldn't be happening. It's virtually impossible unless you've been hunted and stalked with internet kill systems your entire life built around you. Okay, so what you saw was really a threat, correct? I mean, how would you take that? Did you move? But how would you know? We've never had a discussion about moving. This just came in the mail a week ago. Okay, so we've never had that discussion. So why would that discussion be coming up? Also, in the courtrooms, it was mentioned, blatant lies like the rest of everything else, that I'm supposedly friends with Citiguard, who's connected to Allied Universal, ADT,
Golden West, Archon, and worldwide security companies hunting and stalking me since a young child for reasons I can't comprehend. However, I find out at the age 29, met with Mike Huntley's death threats, world of paranoia, and we're going to hunt you and kill you with a plan of people. Okay, so the prosecution trying to state that I'm supposedly friends. My neighbors are afraid of me, and I'm friends with Citiguard was the statement to try to increase bail and lock me away, which was a prosecutors perjuring themselves. If I'm friends, why did Citiguard, and I remember I have about hundreds of Citiguard videos as well and all sorts of things, but if I'm friends with Citiguard, then why did he just run up yesterday, I think it was, trying to sort of intimidate, like, are you moving? Did you move yet? Okay, and you'll also see on that, or you can also see on the video that I'm telling him what's going on, but he won't do anything. Isn't that the security company's job, is to help everyone? Okay, so there's a thing in the bulletin board, and it says if you have an issue, call the security company. And that applies to everyone in the complex here except Kevin Perlman. Just like me going to the police in 2001, what the fuck's going on? My life was just threatened by Mike Huntley. I don't understand what's going on. I'll call private investigators. I'll call the police. Your kind is not allowed to report the crimes against you to the police. Okay, that was 29 years old, 2001. Okay, so what's the purpose of having a security company if they're only here to stalk and hunt the Jewish guy, saying, you don't talk, we kill you? And let's go deeper. He says, now I don't know if this is true, there's one of the older videos I posted of this Steve guy, and the Steve guy states he used to be a criminal defense attorney. I have a lot of people that want to befriend me in the judicial system, like Michael Bialas, Victoria Walker, to exterminate me, eradicate me, and there's a lot of parallels to the name Steve in the last 8 months. Okay, so we have Steve Levinson, we have, I'm not mentioning the newer Steve name here. We have the Steve that's supposedly a property manager where he's trying to lure me. He keeps saying the only person I talk to is Steve. He's on the third floor in the corner trying to lure me up to the third floor corner to try to set me up or frame me or make me look crazy or something like that. I've seen it 100 million times. Okay. Now, technically, I believe he doesn't just talk to the property manager. I think he probably talks to Shauna Gatlin, I think it is, and Neda, which is, I think, like the CEO here, possibly even the owner of the HOA, Woodland HOA organizers, and this is Woodland Oaks. Okay, so why is he trying to lure me to the third floor over and over to set me up? Okay, so instead of just saying, yeah, I'll report all these things you're showing me on video, or I'll pull him aside and go, look what's going on, and this is who did it, and he's on video, and he won't, like everyone else since I was 5 years old, he won't do his due diligence and report on my behalf of what's being done to me. Okay, so the prosecution, clearly friends of Jennifer Pilchick Perlman, who was a HOA lawyer, and now running against Debbie Wollman Schultz, is trying to cover something up. Okay, so let's go deeper. Okay, Okay, so recently I explained here on this video, me going to court 5/22, 2024, noticing water on my ground of my bathroom, noticing that there's a water leak, go to court. They create newer lies in the courtroom to try to increase the bail to lock me away. Well, if I'm not here, I can't fix the water leak. That would cause damage and flood the house. These are interesting parallels because Jason Perlman is involved in all sorts of freaky things. Would chase or be chased? Jason Perlman's statement that he launched VWs onto a fire hydrant and destroyed them. And Jason Perlman and friends flooding a house on Chase Street when I was a teenager, and him calling me on the phone saying, Kevin, how long does it take to fill up a waterbed? I said, I don't know, an hour. He goes, oh shit, I'm at the movies. I gotta go. We gotta go. Okay, so, and then obviously trying to pin it on me to the world, right? Because why isn't anyone mad at Jason for these trivial things? They're mad at me with worldwide groups trying to kill me over it. Okay, so it doesn't really make much sense. But Seymour Amster says, you're brilliant. It's about mental illness. Yeah, creating mental illness to eradicate, okay? Extermination, killing people with the psychology community. Okay, so if we can lock you in jail and we can flood your place, we'll destroy your place, correct? Okay, well, isn't that a way of trying to get rid of you? However, there's more to it because this has happened at every place since 5 years old. So now it's not making sense. It's not one angry sicko. It's a planetary conspiracy until they get what they want. Okay. Okay, LAPD thugging. Okay, certain police officers that we all know who I'm talking about, Mr. Nice, starts in on me at 2013 trying to cover this up. He's on the third arrest. And on this worldwide thing, everyone, see, this is the irony that I can say everyone knows exactly what I'm talking about, and they do, yet if you talk to this police officer or anyone else, they say, you're imagining it. So it can't be both ways. Okay, in the Mike Huntley world of paranoia, I'm hunting you to kill you with a planetary murder operation. Okay, since 5 years old, right? Okay, or since he was paid off to have me killed at the age 14. Okay, so LAPD thugging, since 2013, that my kind is not allowed to leave my house cage. Okay, so my kind is not allowed to leave my house cage. LAPD thugging. Now let's go deeper here. If I'm not allowed to leave my house cage, my concentration camp, because us dirty Jews don't have the right to roam the earth because we have the smelly armpit disease, so says Shannon Brian Seva with Lorena Escobar, my father. So we're not allowed to leave my house, and the HOA starts fucking with the water lines. Example, why did the HOA bypass the 2 shutoff valves? Okay, why are the 2 shutoff valves? So I go to court, as I explained earlier. I go to court. I come back. I notice the water leak. I go to shut off the shutoff valves. One is ripped off. I report it to the police. They're going to try to probably cover it up because they don't think these worldwide murder operations to kill me since 5 years old were wrong. I report it to the police, and because something there's tampering. And then it was interesting because Mr. I'm on your porch 37 or 40 times in 30 days and throwing shit all over my cards in my porch, trying to get me to go after him, keeps folding cards in a corner, and we found the valve there on the corner, right? Okay, so he seemed now he was on the HOA in the 2017 arrests. So he has motive with the HOA. Now we're talking about, now he's working with a property manager who's on video threatening my life and spitting on me, named Steve something, which I don't know if he actually lives here, because I don't know if Mohammed here, Iranian Mohammed here, working with some of the other people who are Iranians who are witnesses stalking me, I don't know if he's just saying what he needs to say to get me to go up, to try to manipulate me to go up to the 3rd floor, to Unit 3, and make me look crazy, and try to get me on camera making me look crazy like they've been doing since I was 5 years old, right? Okay, so and they keep failing, yet they get angrier and angrier with worldwide Jew kill groups. Okay, so if my kind isn't allowed to leave my house, and they're creating plumbing issues, remember that the foundation, in 2017, we actually had water leaking through the foundation, not the pipes, through pipes, and water was coming out the cement concrete or cracks in the concrete, not just my place, but all these places down here. And now they secretly bypassed the shutoff valves of my place. So I go to shut off the water. One valve's broken. The other one, the cold one, I turn off. The water doesn't shut off. So I didn't know that. First, I thought they just broke off the handle. They actually rerouted the bypass valves to the main water source. Okay, so what does that mean? It means that if there's a flood and magically the flood starts happening the day of my court date, where they want to lie to the judge and increase bail to throw me in jail. Well, hey, I throw you in jail and then we destroy your house. We flood it. Now, why though? Why? Well, technically, there's multiple reasonings, but if LAPD is saying that you're not allowed to leave your house and they can collapse the foundation, collapse the house on me, that would be a way of killing someone and getting away with it, correct? Okay, so technically, and I'm not going to say that it is, that I know for sure, if LAPD wanted to work with my HOA to have me killed because of the information in my brain, they would weaken the foundation with water leaks and say you're not allowed to leave your house and collapse the house on the target or victim, okay? They would collapse the house. They would weaken the foundation with water leaks and try to get the house to collapse on the person and tell the person he's not allowed to leave my house, because every single day for 23 years, you're not allowed to leave your house, and we have a planet of people. Okay, now you can see my other video I posted a month ago, my lawyer asking why is this conspiracy to commit murder, and I explained that the process of doing this minute by minute will collapse your brain. Okay, give you 100,000 nervous breakdowns, you'll keel over and die, and blood come out of your eyes and ears from lack of sleep deprivation or whatever. Okay, enough anxiety to kill a field of cows. Okay, so LAPD thugging at Mike Hine with Mr. Nice. Mike Hine's not allowed to leave his house or go anywhere in the world. Officer Toro, if you ever take a picture of a person, I'll exercise the law in my own way. Tons of other police death threats and tons of other worldwide no relaxing for you nigger and all sorts of things to stop me, try to make me look agoraphobic and never leaving my house, while they bypass the water shutoff valves and increase the pressure to blow out the bathroom shutoff valve seal because it's coming from the main water supply source. It's not going through the smaller tubes. Okay, at least that I know of. I'm not a plumber. Okay, but what I do know is that the increase in water pressure on 522 blew out the bathroom valve, and even if the bathroom valve is all the way shut, the toilet's still filling up. Okay, so that means that valve is no longer effective. Now, at what point did that valve wear out? I can't tell you, because this is the first instance, 522, where the water pressure increased enough, starts bringing a leak, and you can bet your ass that's not a coincidence in timing here. Okay. And if I notice a water leak and I can't shut off the valves, then the house gets destroyed, correct? Okay. But why would someone want to do that? Well, didn't we have sort of a indirect threat here from Mohammed of Citiguard, who won't do one thing to report what's being done to my life daily, no matter how many things I show him, just like LAPD for 23 years? Okay, so hey, we have this scam letter, right? Call me Anthony. And then, are you moving? And then, oh, you're not moving. We're going to kill you or do this or that. Okay. Because we don't like you and we're going to make up whatever lie we can. And remember, the entire HOA is involved and the entire board, all the board members are involved. And this is a worldwide affair. And it's been exponentially growing since I was 5 years old. Me finding out at 29 what's going on, World of Paranoia, You're a Dead Man, by Mike Huntley, paid off to have me killed at 14. Mike Huntley, originally Jason Perlman's friend. Mike Huntley stating that Jason Perlman stating in 1988 that he and his friends were going to put me in a mental institution. And then we talk about Debbie Wollman's owning Unit 17 here, adjoining my wall, court reporter in Van Nuys Court House. I mean, I could give you 50,000 linked events, and if you're not a Jew-killing liar, you're going to say, this is insane. Okay, whatever issue these people have with a Jewish 5-year-old and my sick father, then that's their issue, and I'm not making... My breathing is not making worldwide groups help me to kill me, okay? They're actively lashing out in anger and rage on their own. No, there's nothing me welcoming everyone worldwide with open arms and met with we're going to kill you, okay? It's not me making anyone do anything, and me stating the case, this is what's going on, you've been lied to. It's not making people hunt me to kill me. That's not how people normally operate. People go, Well, I might believe you or not, but do you have any fact or proof? Yes, I do. And when you see those Yucca statements from the Warner Center men over here, Kevin's crazy, don't look at the proof, means that she's a Jew-killing murderer, okay? And I can expand on all that as I have on all my videos, but if you're going to lie and say nothing's going on and he's crazy, then there's motive to execute someone for no reason other than cover-ups. Okay, so there's plumbing tampering, and remember that 2017, I believe I have video and photo of water actually pouring out of the cracks in the concrete here of the foundation. Not just my place, all these places, which literally could kill 40 people. Okay, so what am I getting at here? Let's just check the battery here. Okay, let's say the HOA can't afford to fix a monumental plumbing fuck up because this place was built in the 70s. I already sort of explained this on some of the video. And they want a scapegoat. And remember that all these HOA people, they're going to get special assessment fees. Okay, so they could literally, let's say the job is $1 million. You know, you're paying $675 mortgage. Well, now you're paying about $675 HOA fees. Well, your HOA fees just went up to $3,000 a month. Well, I can't afford $3,000 fucking a month. What am I going to do? And everyone here is saying, shit, we have to move because we can't afford HOA fees of $3,000 a month with special assessment fees, which theoretically could be amortized over time. However, it's still going to be extremely expensive if they have to redo the entire subterranean garage, correct? So let's say they cut corners and they do it wrong, and it's a safety issue. Okay, they want to save money. You know, like Value Jet. Let's use Value Jet. Value Jet is a perfect example. By the way, you just heard a neighbor with a double horn honking tactic. Okay, but let's use Value Jet as an example. We're going to cut corners so that you can have cheaper flights, and guess what? Airplanes are crashing and people are dying. Okay, well, let's say that the HOA organizers here, or the people on the board here, are cutting corners because they don't want to charge people their special assessment fees to do the plumbing right, making this place a safety risk. But guess what? They could kill people. But maybe just use Kevin as some kind of scapegoat because they've been stalking me since I moved in, and same with every other place worldwide since 5 years old, right? Pin it on Kevin. However, I don't even see how that's even possible. However, okay, so let's say all of us here are living in a safety hazard from foundation damage, and they're bypassing my shutoff valves, and then they keep trying to magically throw me in jail saying I've done something, I'm doing something, or whatever. And I keep going, what the fuck's going on? You know what you did, you're a horrible monster. You don't leave your house. Okay, we go to court. We have leakage. We go to shut off the leakage. The shut-off valves don't work and one's missing. Okay, we note that the plumbing has been illegally done wrong. Okay, you have to have shut-off valves. You have to have water shut-off valves in case of flooding. Okay, so think of those ramifications with whoever it be, the construction inspection foundation, or whoever the fuck. I'm not into construction. Okay, every piece of property that is built and maintained has to go through yearly inspections, I'm pretty sure, to make sure that everything is up to code so that people are safe. Okay, well, that is not safe. Okay, that is not safe, and there's something going on that they're trying to cover up and throw me in jail over to cover up what they're doing. And like I said, if we can steal all Kevin's money or something and funnel it towards their fuck-ups, like make Kevin look like a criminal and funnel the money, hey, we want Kevin's money, it's his fault, or something like this. Okay, so something highly illegal like usual is going on. And the water and the foundation, and I can tell you right now, that if a safety inspector was here, he would say, nope, this all needs to be, a lot of this has to be redone. Okay? I can guarantee it. Okay? I can even show you videos of shit. Okay, so shit is not done right. Shit is being intentionally, okay, my bypass valves were removed. That shouldn't have happened. It's being done with malice and intent, premeditated intent and malice. Yeah. And we have these recent arrests, which the timing is like usual, perfect. Okay, on these Rid Kevin of the world things that keep changing. Okay, so I just put HOA plumbing nightmare. Leak of the day of court, 5/22/2024. Way too coincidental. The prosecution's lies to try to increase bail and lock me away so I couldn't fix a water leak. Well, it's because we want you to move and be happy. Yeah, that's not how people operate here. Especially with putting bunk felony charges and shit on people trying to rid of the water. Yeah, that I guarantee you. So rerouted shutoff valves there's no reason you would reroute the shutoff valves unless you're trying to do something sketchy or freaky. And it's not to make money, because in the end, I'll just hire a plumber and he'll say, you know, you guys need to fix this. So here's the estimate, you guys need to fix it. It's your deal. Okay. I already said the Citiguard with all the other companies stalking me, trying to keep this covered up or frame me or smear my name. No matter how many of these things I report to Citiguard or any other security company, they come after me. You're a snitch, you're dead. You have those other death threats, you better accept what's going on, it's going to get a lot worse for you, and all sorts of things. But Mike Huntley's in 2001 were the biggest. I think I also mentioned that there was a guy in jail in 2017 mentioning that he was fucking with people's plumbing to make money. However, I can guarantee that when people fuck with people's plumbing to make money, they're not involved in worldwide conspiracies. Just like me buying the Corvette 4 years ago, and all the damages were directly linked to Citiguard as well. The $60,000 of a car still not running, that never really needed a new engine or anything else, was all linked instantly, and all the other car vandalisms to my other cars were not linked, or are linked to Citiguard, and your kind isn't allowed to go out of his house and do anything positive and have friends or hobbies or make money. And so now you're saying, if we're trying to flood some guy's house and he's not allowed to leave his house, or focus on buying a new house, or focus on moving, even though every place I've ever been since 5 years old, you're not allowed here and we're going to kill you. You do the math. You do the math. LAPD seems to be working with people on the HOA here to try to destroy my house and stop me from going out and succeeding in life. And even if I wanted to move, you need another house to live in before you can move out of your previous house. So they won't let that happen as well. So they're stopping me from exerting energy, from focusing on finding a new place. And this has been going on since I moved in for 26 years with these mixed message things. I just want you to be happy and meeting people and having relationships and making money, but you're not allowed to talk to anyone worldwide, or we're going to have them bash your skull and try to set you up and frame you. Well, you know, it can't be both ways. I know you, but I don't know you. Hint, hint, I know about this, but I don't know you, okay? Hint, hint, I know you went here with the Brian Longbottom spy games, but I don't know you. The Mike Huntley world of paranoia. And then the statements from Jennifer Pilchick-Perlman that I'm going to deem him as the crazy guy, and there's nothing we can legally do, so I'm going to illegally do it with my lawyer friends, while she's once again running against Debbie Wasserman Schultz, and this has been going on since I was 5 years old, started by my sick, demented father, babbling weird things like, Kevin, you don't know the way the world works, and hint, hint, we live in Gotham City, and you better be ready to kill everyone in your path, and trying to sort of set me up and frame me and make me look crazy and this and that. And obviously every decision I've ever made has been very passive and kind of like Gandhi, right? Okay, so, and that angers them even more and more and more and more and more and more and more that I'm a really good person. With their, you had threats, you better learn to accept what's going on, or it's going to get a lot worse for you. We're going to exterminate you, and you better accept it, kind of like Adolf Hitler. and you're not allowed to have a voice. Okay, we're gonna remove your vocal cords because we want to kill you and get away with it. Okay, but what is it about? I don't know. All I know is it starts at 5 years old, and my kind's not allowed to breathe since then. That's all I know. Okay, so once again, you saw it here. It is city guard indirect threats and refusal to report anything done to me, just like LAPD. Since me finding out in 2001, Mike Hunley, World of Paranoia, we're using the system against you, the judicial system, LAPD. Have a good life now. I've given you enough rope to hang yourself with. You had better live a careful life. You're too out of control for California. Weird state, that makes no sense. And I don't know, something about me being a monster and other things. Okay, so do the math here, because this has been minute by minute since finding out in 2001 with worldwide groups, and technically it's been going on daily since 5 years old with every elementary school teacher, middle school teacher, college professor, friends in colleges, random strangers worldwide. My entire life gets really bad around 1994 as the internet comes around, and Jason Perlman wants me to see the internet so bad. Mike Hunley wanting to start internet companies, SICK services, using the internet as a weapon to try to create the appearance of mental illness and exterminate, eradicate, kill. Okay, and what you're seeing is that City Guard refuses to report anything that's done to me, which is nightly, and also most of my videos with City Guard are them provoking me with the mental illness tactics. So why were they hired? Because we live in Woodland Hills where nothing ever happens except there's a plan of people hunting a single Jew named Kevin Perlman to execute him. And now why were they really hired? To try to stop me from leaving my house. The very house that they want to flood and probably collapse on me while locking me in the house. Okay, so let's do the math here. However, if we want to keep it to what we know, fact, for sure, the HOA is rerouting and removing the shutoff valves while leaks are magically happening the day of court dates, and little threat letters here. You'd better move. However, you can't spend 1 minute focusing on moving if you wanted to, because it's a planetary murder operation trying to make you look crazy and lock you away.